Hey guys, welcome back to Amanda's Favorites, where I have new videos for you every Tuesday. Today's video is all about Plum paper. Plum paper was my gateway into the planner world. When I first started my channel back in March of 2017, I was using Plum paper at the time for my weekly, and I was using Simplified for my daily. Plum paper and Simplified were the first planners that I ever ordered online. So the first planners that I didn't buy at Target or Office Max or some store somewhere, it opened up the world of online planners to me. And I have a Plum paper playlist already. Most of my Plum paper videos are back from when I first started my channel because I had not gotten any new updated Plum paper planners to share with you. And since I shared my planners back then, they have even changed their paper out. They've added new products like this Folio. They also threw in a sticker book for me to be able to share. Plum paper let me choose 3 different planner layouts. I chose 2 weekly and a daily. I chose them all in the 7x9 size, and then they threw in a folio for me to be able to share too, and the sticker book. Let's jump in. We're going to start with the planner in this folio. It is a vertical priorities planner is the name of it. Plum paper has many layouts. They also have many planner sizes. The 7x9 planner starts at $32, and then you can do add-ons. I did add-ons into each one of my planners. Their 8.5x11 planners start at $42, and their A5 planners start at $29. This is a 7x9 folio. It's $36. It's synthetic leather. It's 9.6 by 8.75, and it's 0.79 deep. It fits the Plum paper 7x9 planners perfectly. It does not fit the ERIN CONDREN 7x9 planner. And that is because the laminated cover on the ERIN CONDREN does not fit through this slot. I'm going to show you. There is this slot right here on the back that whatever planner you're putting into this folio is going to have to be able to slide through the width of this slot. The ERIN CONDREN planner is just a little bit too tall with its laminated cover. It's a little bit longer vertically, the cover wise, and it will not slide through here. I tried and tried because I knew people were going to ask me that. The Plum paper 7x9 planner though fits perfectly. Someone else already asked me from just my quick share of this on Instagram if the Simplified weekly fits in here. It does fit. You just have a little bit of extra room because the Simplified weekly is smaller. If you really wanted something like this, you could make it work. So the Simplified weekly fits right in there, and then your planner is just going to have a little bit extra room. So you would have to be okay with that. I meant to say your folio is going to have a little bit of extra room. So you have to see in there that you have some extra room, and it actually does slide up and down a little bit. So I wouldn't say it fits that great. It fits, and it will protect your planner in your bag, but it doesn't fit, perfectly. But when you have it open on your folio, it works perfectly there. You have a spot in your folio to put your phone. You have a spot for business cards. You have another spot for some other cards or stickers or notes in there. And your Plum paper 7x9 planners fit perfectly. I put add-ins into my planner, and you'll see they don't make their rings huge with extra room for a ton of stickers. So their rings are made really well in proportion to their planners. You do not get to pick a ring color on Plum paper. They are all in the silver color. Very soft in hand and bendable. It feels really good in hand and lightweight. So if you were going to carry it around with your planner, it's not adding any extra weight really. This first layout I'm going to show you is called the Verticals Priority Layout, and I chose to do this layout in neutral. We're just going to jump right into the layout. I also did my pen testing in this planner, so we will get into that next. Your weekly layout in this planner is vertical priorities. It's a Monday start. Your calendar is also a Monday start. Your calendar does not open to the tab. We'll go through that. It is a typical Sunday start on your monthly, and we'll go over the monthly a little bit more. I just wanted to give you the basic weekly layout before we start from the front of this book and go through it. You get to decide the headers that go at the top of these boxes. I placed those words in there: action items, good things. So good things that happen that week, habits, must do, my channel work, and grateful for. I got to choose all those headers for all those different places in this layout. It's a pretty cool layout. Got it in neutral. They only have either neutral or colorful. I will be honest, I am not a huge fan of the neutral. If you don't want their bright colors, then you got to go for the neutral. Their neutral is just a kind of muted grayish with a purple hue in it. I really call it a purplish gray. I don't know how better to describe it, but it has a real purple hue to it. Now let's start at the front now that you've seen the layout. Their covers are different from ERIN CONDREN if you're familiar with ERIN CONDREN. They come with a thick plastic front to protect your cover, which this cover is kind of like, I call it a really thick placemat type of cover, but it's smooth. It feels nicer than a placemat. That type of thickness and material. You can spill any water on it and it will go right off. This just makes it a little more sturdy if you're concerned with your cover with anything getting on it. But it also adds just a little bit more sturdiness if you're writing on your book while like walking around. They have that plastic shield on the front and on the back cover. I thought this cover was really beautiful. Little by little, and I put 2020 on there. You can put your name, you can put anything you want, and they have all different ways you can put it on there. You can put it on with circles or with ovals. You could have a white background or pick a colored background. So there's lots of choices with making your cover. You have your nameplate page, then you have your year at a glance. This is a planner that I started in February because I knew they would be shipped to me in February. Plum paper, you get to start your planner any month that you choose. I chose to start it in February, and so it goes through January of 2021 because once you pick your start month, then you pick for how many months your planner is going to be. I picked a 12-month planner with a February start. Then I got a 2021 layout also here, a year at a glance for future planning. Then it says special dates, and you have January through June on the left side and July through December on the right side. Now that's not something you pick. These beginning pages are just something that comes in every planner. They just look a little bit different in neutral versus colorful. Then you have ideas, plans, and goals, and you have 12 boxes. These are once again not things that you choose. They just come in your planner. Then a blanks note page. You can see how their tabbed pages look. It's very clean look in the neutral. They are on a cardstock like paper, and they have laminated tabs, very durable tabs. On the back of your tabbed page are your goals for the month, goal 1, 2, and 3. Then you have birthdays, events, things to remember, and 2 other lined places at the bottom. So this is kind of a monthly dashboard type of page. Then you have a plain lined page for the month, which you could use for journaling. You could use it more for your goals if you needed more room than just these 3 circles. You could use it for lists. You can use it for anything you need for the month. And on the back of that page is where your monthly layout is. Now I have to tell you something about this page. This is something that I never liked when I used the Plum paper, is really all pens smear on this page. Even a ballpoint pen, unless you let it dry, smeared after. So I gave it a couple seconds and then I tried to run my hand over the pen. Even the Sharpie pen smeared. The ERIN CONDREN dual tip actually did the best. Because this page is cardstock, but it is also coated in something. So it's a little bit slick. I just picked up a Sharpie marker. I was pretty sure that a Sharpie marker would write on this page without smearing, and so far it's the best thing to write on this page with. I could run my finger right over it the minute I finished writing. So you would want to use a Sharpie ultra fine point permanent marker to write on this page in your planner. Your monthly layout is a Sunday start. The days before your month starts are light gray. The days for your month are just a darker gray. Holidays are noted at the bottom of the day. A look at your next month is in the bottom left-hand corner. Then you have a notes room on the left side here. They used most of the page real estate. You'll see there's not like a huge header. You're getting good size boxes for a 7x9 planner. Then you go into your weekly layout. My planner started February 1, so they have made it a light grayed out color here until my planner started. At the end of your month, let me show you what happens here. So when your planner ends midweek at the end of a month, so here we have April and we're going into May. On the last day of April, your color ends and they go into a light gray. Then when you go into May, they are going to repeat that week. So you have that same week repeated. It is the end of April and going into the beginning of May, but they have made the end of April whited out, as I'll call it, and then color comes back the beginning of May. So when you're using your planner, I had to decide this because that would confuse me. Where I wrote things, I would have to decide, am I using this week at the end of April or am I using this week at the beginning of May? And I would not use the other week. I would kind of paper clip it at that time of month so that it would skip from this week to the next week I was supposed to be on. That way I wasn't accidentally writing some things on this week, some things on this week and missing. Or you could decide to only use the colored days. So you're only going to write your events till the end of the month on the colored days. And then you're only going to use the colored days over here so that you won't forget things or overlap. I personally just liked to see my entire week at once, so I didn't do it that way, but that's something you need to note about this planner that is different from most planners. Let's look at my pen test and talk about the paper. Plum paper uses 70-pound text paper. It is now made especially for them by Mohawk Fine Papers. So they use a Mohawk paper also, which you guys know ERIN CONDREN uses Mohawk papers, MäksēLife uses Mohawk papers, Golden Coil uses Mohawk papers. However, just because they all use Mohawk papers, they are not the same paper. First of all, this is 70-pound paperweight, which is the same as the simplified paperweight, and they both use Mohawk, but the papers don't feel the same. Plum paper is a smoother paper, almost like a feeling of like silk, and writing on it is almost like, as one of my friends, Joanne, would say, is writing on butter. It's really smooth. It does not have any tooth to it at all. It's a completely smooth paper. Even write on their website, it's smooth to write on. Some say buttery. It has a substantial thickness. There's no bleed through. Here are all my pen tests, even my fountain pen, Papermate flares. I did do a swipe test after I wrote with these pens. As you can see, a few of them, they need a few minutes to dry on some of them if you are using gel pens. Not a few minutes. They need a second or two to dry if you're using gel pens. A Pilot G207, and you will see if I swipe right after I write, you can see that it smears. That has to do with the buttery smoothness of this paper. If you are going to use gel pens on this paper, you have to give it 3 seconds to dry. We'll write it again and we'll give it a couple seconds to dry while we talk about this. I also have been testing pencil in my planners and friction pens. I've been erasing in planners now to make sure the lines don't erase, and the lines do not erase in plum paper. Most planners, they don't, but people want me to test that. Okay, let's test the Pilot G207 now. So you can see it didn't smear. We gave it a few seconds, but the first one smeared right after. You might want to use a Sharpie pen, writes well in here and doesn't smear, a ballpoint pen, a Staedtler fine liner, ERIN CONDREN dual tip, anything gel pen is going to need a few seconds to dry. Here is what your pens look like on the back of plum paper. You can see there is no bleed through at all. The paper handles ink really well. There's no problems with bleed through or a huge amount of ghosting, and the paper does feel substantial and it feels so smooth. I just wanted to make sure you know how the paper feels. Some people, like me, like paper with tooth to it, which is a little bit of texture. Some people really love the smooth paper that their pen just glides across. Let's look at the layout now. Let's go to a page that I haven't written on. In the neutral planner, your colors do not change at all throughout the entire planner. It is the exact same colors on every page of the planner. On your page layout, you have a look at the month that you're on. You have a box, which you could have filled in with any header that you want. I chose the word action items for the week. I like to have 3 action items for my week. It would also make a great box for a quote or motivation there. I chose to write good things on this box. I would write good things that happened that week to just note a few good things up there as the week goes on. I love that there is a built-in habit tracker to this vertical priorities layout. You can track 5 habits during the week, and it's big, it's forefront, it's right there at the top. I really like that. Vertical priorities, you can put headers in these boxes, or you can choose to put no header at all. You don't have to fill in these boxes with anything. They can be blank boxes. I chose to put must do because those are my 3 must do's for the day. And then I chose to put channel work, anything I had to get done for my channel that day, and then just blank lines. And it's lines all throughout, which I appreciate. You have pretty wide columns and a good amount of space for a vertical, and that is because Saturday and Sunday share a column. So that bumped out the width of your columns to be able to give you a substantial amount of space instead of a much skinnier column to write in. At the bottom, I put grateful for at my box at the bottom. That would also be great for a dinner box or recording your steps for the day. I just made it my gratitude box. So that is your vertical priorities layout. And the way that your months flow here is your tabbed page has your monthly dashboard. Then you have your monthly lined page. You have your monthly layout. Then you go into all your weeks for the month. When your week ends, you get another lined page for that month. You saw up front, February got a lined page up here by the dashboard. February also gets a lined page at the end of the month. So you have substantial room for journaling, goal planning, list making for each month with 2 lined pages per month. Then you go into your dashboard page again, and then your lined page for the next month for March, and then your monthly layout and back into your weeks. And once again, you'll see how this week was doubled over. It ends on Saturday and you only have one day. You can see this is the week that was doubled over. Where February ended and March began, you had one grayed out day here. Here you have the whole week grayed out and one colored day. And that is the layout of your Plum paper planner. When we go to the back, you're gonna see the add-on sections that I added on. These add-on sections are not expensive. They're a couple dollars each and they have so many to choose from. When you do an add-on section, they also give you a tabbed page for that, which I love. And I love how it's marked with a little house. I chose a My Home section. For this one, I tried to pick different ones for each planner so I could show you. Under My Home, I have home service providers where you can put, your electric, your water, your insurance. You have home maintenance where they have it divided by season, spring, summer, fall, and winter, and then indoor and outdoor under each season. You have a master cleaning guide. So what do you want to do daily, weekly, monthly, and annually in each room? Like kitchen, bathroom, bedroom, living room, utilities, entry porch, outside, other tasks, and then notes. You have a laundry care guide, with how to remove some tough stains right here at the ready. You don't have to go look that up online. You have what laundry care symbols mean. You have some gardening information here, basic gardening terms, plants that make good neighbors to each other. What plants can you plant by each other? Then you have some pages to take notes for your garden for winter, spring, summer, and fall. You have family favorites for meals, so you can keep track of your family favorites meals for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, recipes you want to try. Monthly goals are laid out in this section. Also, this is all under your home section. You have all the months of the year and notes. You have home projects. There's a lot of room here for home projects. 2 pages. Gift lists. That's also under your home section. Gift for item, store website, and money. That helps a lot at Christmas. Shopping lists. You have monthly bills. You have passwords. Yearly expense overview. So if you want to have kind of a financial section, but you don't want their whole budget section, because I believe they have a separate budgeting one, this is under your home. This is your home add-on. Yearly expense overview, and then important contacts. Then I chose a fitness section to go in here, and it has a little barbell for the tab. These are your fitness stats that you fill out to start with, your long-term goals, short-term goals, milestones. You do your measurements. Then you have a monthly overview. Your monthly overview is a 2-page spread. It's your fitness tracker for the whole month. It has like vitamins, sleep time, steps, exercise, and water. And this is your monthly overview page that goes with it. You have this month's goal. You have your weight overview, your BMI overview, your measurements overview. How did you do that month? And then this is for your next month. You have 12 sets of these 2-page layouts. So this fitness section covers you for an entire year. And then you have a yearly overview at the end to compare with your starting point. So I think that's a really good fitness section. Then I added a reflection section, and I like their little calming leaf logo there. This is talking about this year's vision, this year's goals. Then you have monthly reflection pages. So then you have a 2-page spread for each month. It takes you past this month in 3 words, your wellness scale for the month. I started, I finished, the top 3 things I did, places I went, food I ate, things I read or watched, most memorable part of the month. This month's goal, what was your main goal? What progress did you make? How did you succeed this month? How can I improve for next month? And steps to reach improvement. I really like this reflection page. It's something that would work with my personality, and it's something that I would fill out every month. So you have 12 of those reflection pages in the reflection section. Then at the very end, you have a yearly reflection for looking over your entire year. Then after your yearly reflection, you have what comes with every planner. What comes in every planner is the dot grid, 3 dot grid pages, a password page, a My Contacts page, which is front and back, US holidays, and they show you for 2020, 2021, and 2022 there. The main US holidays, what dates those fall on. And then you have a look into 2022. Then you have a good pocket back here, a high up pocket that can hold a lot. It's made well with cardstock that's coated in something. So if you spill water on it, and it's double-sided. Both sides the same, can hold a lot. So you have a good pocket there. So that is the vertical priorities planner. Next up is the daily planner. So this is a 6-month daily planner. I got it in the colorful, so you'll be able to see the colorful. You start with a nameplate page, and here's the difference you can see between the colorful and the neutral. And I just want to show you that in my other planner that I got in colorful too, which is the Me layout, and I will show you that later, you will see your months are the same color for every planner that you order in the colorful. So they don't rotate in any different way. Like February is always this dark violet. March is always this light lilac. And they go in an ombre effect, but they're going to be the same color in any of the planners that you order. You have a look at 2020, your year laid out at a glance. This just brings me a jolt of happy after looking at the neutral. You guys know that I like my colorful and my ERIN CONDREN, and this just brings me a real jolt of happy. Although I do have to say their colors go in an ombre effect throughout the year, so they do not flow with like the seasons or the holidays. We'll check out those monthly colors as we get into it. But here are your special dates pages, your 12 boxes labeled by month. You can use any way you wish, as in any planner. Then they have 12 boxes to use for ideas, plans, and goals. And then a notes page blank. Then you go straight into your monthly tabbed page. As you can see, this page looks very different and colorful versus the neutral. You have a little design on the page in colorful. You have just an F instead of February written out. It's just much more playful. The tabs in the neutral also are the abbreviated tabs. So that's a difference here, where they all fit right here in front of you because each tab is shortened. But in colorful, they write the whole word on the tab. And so all your 12 tabs wouldn't fit right out front like this. They would be doubled over. But this is the difference in how your tabbed page looks in the neutral versus the colorful. The colorful, your dashboard page is going to match the color for the month. And your tab once again opens right there. You have your lined page for the month. Each month comes with the same layout, no matter what weekly or daily layout you are ordering. You're still going to get the same monthly layout. Your lined page, then your monthly page, and you can see where the color comes into play on your monthly page, and that color changes with each color of the month. Here is your daily layout, and this is a 7x9. So it's a pretty good size daily page, and you get to do some of the customizing on this page. And the color for this page changes with the color of the month every month. So you can see that your page feels completely different depending on what month you're in. June is kind of this orangish coral, and then February is this purple. So every month looks completely different. Your page layout, you get to choose the headers on this page. So I picked top 3 to do today's overview. I put in channel work, I put in grateful for in that box, and I put in reflection. But you get to choose what each one of these headers say, which I think is amazing and wonderful. I think it's a really great daily page layout. So your month is up here, and then you have it's Sunday, the 2nd of February. I put top 3 because this would be my top 3 for the day. Then you get to put in your any timed appointments for the day. But the good thing about this being completely flexible is although this box is set up for timed appointments, because you can tell it's meant for you to write the time in there and then write the name of the appointment across there. But you don't have to use this for timed appointments if you don't want to, because it's open enough that you could just use it for some other sort of list, whatever you want to put there. I put it as today's overview, so it would be our timed appointments or any errands we had to go on. But I like the fact that you get to choose your headers. You could decide what goes there and you could use it for anything you want. This space does always come with those tick off circles, so I put it for my to-dos. I put channel work in this separate section, so I could always glance and easily see like what had to be done for the channel that day. And then I like a grateful for box every day on a daily. I thought that's something I would fill in. And I'm using this as reflection simply because it's hard for me to write at the bottom of the page. I don't think I would use it for any other planning purpose. So I think it makes a good reflection spot. That is your daily page layout. You have the same full page for Saturday and Sunday. That's pretty amazing. Back when I used Plum paper, they didn't even have a daily planner back then. I think this is a great addition to their line. March is a little bit lighter purple. We'll look at each page. April is a peach. May is a little bit darker peach going into a coral. And June is that coral orangey. July is a lime green. I picked a 6-month only daily planner. I believe their daily planners come in an option, I'll put it here on the screen, to do a 12-month daily planner. That would be really big. I would always be doing a 6-month because I don't like too big of a hefty thing to carry around. This gives you a really good size for your daily planner. I also love this cover that I picked. They have some really beautiful cover designs, and I decided to put the 2020 there in the middle. Like I said, you can put a monogram, you can put your name. There's so many different things you can do with their covers. In this planner, I added a note section. I just decided to add dot grid paper. So a note section with dot grid paper, then a section with graph paper back here, and then you have their normal pages that are in every planner. So I got graph paper. That's the way their graph grid paper looks. I thought in a daily planner, it would be good just to have more notes pages, and I could show you what their dot grid and graph pages looked like. Then, as with every planner, you get 3 pages of dot grid. You get the same passwords, the same my contacts, front and back, and US holidays for 2020, 2021, and 2022, and a look at 2021 year at a glance. You have the pocket folder. This is the color in the colorful, this beautiful seafoam color. And then here's an add-on option that I think is pretty cool. You can add on a pocket. So I added on this clear pocket that you can stick anything you want in it. Post-its, stickers, invitations, cards, stamps. I really like this add-on, and that is the daily planner. This is our last layout, and I really liked this cover too. Let the new adventures begin. I put 2020 once again on there. This planner is called the Me Planner. This is actually a planner layout that I used back when I was using Plum paper, and you can see it in my old Plum paper videos on my Plum paper playlist. After your nameplate page, you go into these same pages that are in your other Plum paper planners. Year at a glance, 2020 and 2021. Again, I got this one in colorful, so it's going to be the same as the daily planner, but you're going to get to see some other monthly colors, which we didn't get to see in the daily planner. So August goes to a little bit darker green, and then you go into a beautiful seafoam for September. October, a little bit darker, with just moving through the ombre, and then a darker teal in November. December is a purple, and then January is a really dark purple. So those are the colors that your months would be no matter which planner you pick, no matter which layout you pick. You have your special dates, you have your ideas, plans, and goals, blank notes page, and then you go straight into your monthly. I once again started all my planners in February. So this is a 12-month weekly layout, and this is how your tabs look. In the colorful, as you'll see, they take up more room. So you have your first 6 months and you have your second 6 months back here. Let's jump right into the layout since we've already seen the way that their planner monthly pages are set up. Here's what your week looks like. Once again, when your week ends in the middle of the week, but let's go to a week where we have the whole week colorful. So this is the Me layout. You have 6 boxes. Your day is divided into 6 boxes. You can label the sections or you can leave them blank. So if you're not sure and you think your labels might need to change over time, or you don't want the sections to be labeled for the whole year right at the beginning because things might change seasonally as to what you might need to use those sections for, because some seasons you might have, your kids might be in soccer and you want to write soccer in one section, and other times of years they might not be in soccer and you might be using that section for something else, then you might not want to get these sections printed, or you might just want to print the top 3 that you're going to keep the whole year. You could leave the bottom 3 blank so that you can just fill them out with a pen as you go throughout the year and what you end up needing to use those sections for. You also get to label this header, and I just put Find Joy. I put Memories down here. So you get a weekly spot for just notes or to-dos. You get a look at the month that you're in. It's a Monday start, and Monday through Wednesday is on your left. Thursday through Sunday is on your right. Each day of the week has equal space. And here are what I labeled my sections: must do, channel, home/food, computer, boys, and gratitude. So my must do's would be like my top 3 for the day. And if we had to do any errands or appointments, they go in that box. Because what I do is I usually take off one of my top 3 if we have an errand or appointment. That gives me less time, and I know I might not be able to accomplish that. The errand or appointment takes the time of one of the top 3. My errands or appointments would go in my top 3 box. So that was my must-dos. Channel work, home/food is just any housework and food prep I need to do for the day. Computer work, so when I sit down at my computer, what do I need to remember to do? Specifically, anything I need to have my boys do that day or anywhere they need to be that day. Also just reminds me of anything I need them to do around the house. And then a gratitude to end my day. So that's how I chose to label my boxes. It's a pretty fun layout. that can be used in so many ways for so many different purposes. It could also be good for a school planner because it's dividing it by subjects into 6 subjects, but they have student planners for that and teachers planners for that. So they have layouts that are similar to this for that. So check those out if you're interested in that. Now I wanted to show you another add-on possibility. At the end of every month, so this is at the end of February, I have my lined page. I added on shopping lists back here. So I added on 2 pages of shopping lists. So you could keep your grocery lists back here for the whole month, or you could put to-do lists back here for the whole month if you just need more to-do lists. I was also thinking when I used this planner, if I would have had this add-on option, I would have loved it because when my days got too busy, if I didn't want to use a daily planner, I could just come back here and this could be just like for one busy day that I could kind of take everything off of here and expound a little bit more on my list. So there are options to add pages at the end of every month. And I added those 2 shopping list pages on there. I will show you a couple of the months in different colors. So this is how May looks. You'll see all the lines are colored on there. So the different colors of every month does really give every month a different feel. There's July. Let's look at November. That's the end of October, November, December with the purple, and then January. You will see they don't use a huge amount of header space, which I appreciate. They're really trying to give you all the room to plan here. At the end of this planner, I also added a notes section. So they add the tab for you with every add-on section. I just put lined pages in this notes section. You get to choose from different amounts of pages to be able to add on also. When you choose like notes or dot grid or graph paper, then these pages are the same ones that come at the end of every planner: 3 dot grid, your passwords, your my contacts, your US holidays, and your pocket folder at the end of every planner. Those are the 3 Plum paper layouts that I got. They have some really unique and customizable layouts. Let's look at their sticker book really quick. This is just a card that came with the order and some information on the back about Plum paper. And I stuck it in the sticker book to be able to show you guys. So the sticker book is very thick. It can be folded back so that it will easily lay open. You get 12 vinyl pockets in each sticker book. Your sticker book is $10. So these vinyl sheets have these little half pockets on here that you could stick several pages of stickers in here, front and back. There are 6 pages total. Front and back have a pocket, so it makes 12 vinyl pockets. It's 8.8 by 6.6 by 0.4 thick. So it's not too thick. And these are just all the little cards that came with my Plum paper order. There's really cute packaging, a sticker sampler right here. They do make stickers also. And they tell you about their cover material, how it's water resistant, tear proof, rigid, and sturdy. And they give you this card made of their cover material and tell you to, try to tear it. And then a little care for your planner and spiral notebook card. If you have not checked out Plum paper, it is a fun company to check out. That wraps up our Plum paper review today. I'd love to hear your thoughts down below. If you've used Plum paper, let me know how you like it. I always love to hear from you. Thanks for watching, guys. Happy planning, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.